I will repeat this over and over and over again that this is the difference between a starting goalie and not a starting goalie, right? Like, it just is what it is. Where, they played Colorado, there's been trade rumors between them and possibly getting a Mackenzie Blackwood. Now, I don't really know how much that would improve their goaltending situation. But the Colorado Avalanche have a real issue here. Their goaltending situation has been abysmal. Alexander Georgiev has an 811 save percentage. Now, I understand that also defense is going to be an issue, and that's absolutely true. Whenever you give up this many goals, it is going to be an issue as well. But at the end of the day, it's the goalie is your last line of defense. Now, the Colorado Avalanche actually played Alexander Georgiev a lot of games last year, and he was pretty good. Like, if you look at his stats, he played 63 games, like 60 games plus the last 2 seasons. I mean, that is objectively unbelievable. How rare is it for a goalie to play that many games in the National Hockey League? Now, you could also make the argument that playing him 60 plus games is just playing Alexander Georgiev way too much, right? Like, he just to play that many games is insane. And this is what happens. Goalies are not built like they used to be, where goalies back in the day would play 60 games. These guys were built like milk bags, but it just didn't affect them nearly as much. Like, they were genuinely still very good quality goalies that could start that amount of games and like whatever. But if you start a guy that many games, you could make the argument, especially with playoff starts as well, that maybe he just is a little bit worn out. But when you've played this many games the past 2 seasons, that's probably a reason that it's wearing him out. Now, I always say this though, that this is the difference between what I call consistent NHL starters and guys that are kind of starters, but they're not really. I still don't put Alexander Georgiev in the elite starters position simply because he has not been able to start these games consistently. That is the issue, right? Elite starting guys, they don't have these issues. They don't have the type of issues where they just completely fall off for 5 or 11 or 15 games. Those guys tend to be consistent. Elliot Friedman, though, has mentioned that Mackenzie Blackwood has been on their radar for a bit, but as I said, 875 save percentage, I don't know about that. Now, to be fair to Blackwood, though, is that he has played for San Jose, so I'm not going to bury him too much. And then the year before that, he had about a 900 or an 899, somewhere around 900, which is generally pretty fine. I mean, that would be much better than the Avalanche are getting right now. It's interesting, though. Again, I'm going to go back to this. The Avalanche's issue isn't goal scoring. They scored 21 goals so far this season, which is actually pretty damn good. So it's obviously not goal scoring, right? Here's the thing, though. I am never going to count out a team like the Colorado Avalanche, especially when you have a guy like Nathan MacKinnon. He is just that good. Guys like that will usually pull it out. And the thing is, if their goaltending doesn't normalize, this is going to be a real issue. But there is absolutely no possible way that their goaltending is going to be that bad this year. But an 811 save percentage is downright atrocious when it comes to the Colorado Avalanche. But I don't know about this trade rumor. Like, I know that Elliot Friedman was going on about it, and I also know that Elliot Friedman is one of the best insiders in the game, no doubt about it, but it just does not seem like a logical thing to me because I'm not a huge Georgiev fan. I think the New York Rangers did and made the smart decision to obviously pick Shesterkin above him. Like, Shesterkin is unbelievable. Oh, the rule of thumb is always pick the Russian guy. When it comes to goaltending, just pick the Russian guy. There's so many good Russian goaltenders. Shesterkin, Sorokin, Vasilevsky. They just I don't know what it is. I don't know what they're giving Russians in their water, but they just are very talented at that. I don't know. I don't know if Georgiev is Russian. Maybe he is, but whatever. They picked the right Russian. Who cares? But it is what it is. Mackenzie Blackwood is not going to solve their issues, right? They have to get a real goalie. Now, maybe they could pick up somebody like a Martin Jones or something like that. Like, the problem is when you have your roster set for the season, it becomes so difficult to change out a goaltender. You know, it becomes impossible to change it out because you have cap issues and things like that, and it becomes this complex issue of moving parts. But you know what? I am going to leave my opinion there. I want to hear your opinion now. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, definitely give me your comments, though. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm right on this Mackenzie Blackwood rumor to the Colorado Avalanche. You know, does this make sense? Is Elliot Friedman right about what he's saying? I appreciate it, guys, and have a great day. Goodbye.